This episode was sponsored by Slate Black Industries. For grips and accessories, visit slateBlackIndustries.com.
Guys, welcome in. We're about to get on range and shoot the LaRue MRGG. Just a quick note, you are going to see a malfunction or two happen. Normally, we just leave that stuff in, no problem. But in this case, you got to know that was not the fault of the rifle. It was my fault on how we had it set up. We'll get into all that in the debrief, but I felt the need to share that with you up front. Henry, run the course.
It's branded with this logo of a state that is much larger than France.
Made in dead center of Texas, right?
Yes.
All right, man. I'm on at 150. This gun comes with a lot of hype, so let's see how it does. Impact. Impact.
I don't mind the recoil on this, actually.
It has an adjustable block, and I do have it, I did make it, so that it felt good.
Okay.
But also that it was still ejecting pretty consistently. So I don't think it's undergassed at all.
Okay.
All right, I'm on at 2.
Okay.
Impact.
Joshua,
Yes.
maybe it needs a little bit more gas.
Every time, dude. You can't ever say anything about AR10s. Ever. Same spot.
Okay.
First one in a while.
It's always on camera.
Every time. Okay, 250. Center. Nice.
I mean, I do feel the bolt feels more sluggish than normal.
Really?
Well, no. Like a normal AR10, like a.
Like it's tuned a bit, not...
Yeah.
All right, I'm on at 3. Center. Nice. Okay, I'm there for it at 350.
Ooh.
Impact left.
Maybe I should ease off the wind.
Just go back to center hold. Center.
That's exactly where I was aiming, too.
Okay, I'm on at 4. Impact, upper chest. Good windage. Impact. Good elevation, just right of center.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on at 450.
All right, I'm going to keep it on 2.
Impact, bottom right edge.
Okay, I'll adjust wind and I'll push it back, all right?
Yep. Yep. Nice.
Elevation was actually closer to 2.5.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'm going to start dialing at 5.
Okay, I'm there.
Let's see, dial 2.8.
Sounds good. Impact. Go to 0.1 on wind. Impact.
Was that corrected?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, I'm on at the 575. Impact. Just below the center line. Impact, same spot.
I saw it.
Yep. I'm on the turkey. Splash, just short on the left quadrant. Come up. Half a target. Ease your windage. 0.1. Left. 0.1 left. Impact. Impact.
Was that a low impact?
Yes, the same exact spot as the last one. Okay, 800.
All right.
Impact center.
Yeah, there's another. It's whenever the magazine is full, it has trouble loading.
Got it. Okay, we'll have to open the gas back up on it and do a check afterwards. Impact.
Yep.
Suppose we should do it now then, huh?
How do you do it?
It's a tool. Stand by.
So she's gonna be a spicy girl for me now.
It shouldn't be that much worse. Ready. 900. Impact. Top line of the plate. Come off. Back down. Point 1.
Okay.
Go ahead and re-engage. Point 3 was good. It was just right of center. Impact. Nice.
Nice. 9.2 for 1,000.
Confirm. 9-2.
Stand by.
Impact. Re-engage. Impact. Nice. Good hit.
Nice.
Solid work. How was it any spicier with the gas a little bit more open?
Nah, it just became more reliable.
Yeah, so I was just messing around with the gassing on it. Still a very new gun. Definitely not the malfunctions there. Not a fault of the rifle. Definitely a fault of the configuration and the gas zones.
All right, so the LaRue MRGG. So was this one of the MRGG contract contenders?
Yes. Yes. That's I don't know if this is like legit one of the guns that was
Oh,
built
you're
or
right.
not.
So this was like during the era of the contract. Like potentially this was one of them.
Don't know for sure. We need to check the serial numbers on them. It could be that it isn't. The listing said that it was a 2022 marked build, which I think anywhere between 2020 and 2022 is when these trials have been ongoing, right? So, look, in my shooting of this, exceedingly accurate rifle, especially for large frames, have been hit or miss in many cases. This one has definitely been...
Yes, but the name LaRue, especially for us, from our era of entering the shooting sports, the name LaRue carries a lot of weight to it. A lot of weight. LaRue is one of those interesting companies, man. Like, they just don't market like any of the other companies. And there's certainly a lot of... spiciness that goes around the LaRue brand. However, I will say the products are nice.
Yeah. Even back in the day, the mounts used to really be like the Cadillacs, I remember.
Yeah. I still have quite a few.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
Yep.
Those used to be like the Cadillacs, and then way back when I was first getting into competition shooting, there was the LaRue Texas Multi-Gun Championship.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember that was big, and that was when they had like the PredatOBRs, or just the OBRs rather, just the OBRs.
So let's talk about another cool thing. Quick detach handguards.
It's a QD setup, including the barrel, where you need a wrench, like you still need their provided wrench, but yeah, it's all QD switch change.
So there's a classic LaRue marketing video.
It's Todd Hodnett from Accuracy First. He's out in the fields of Texas, and the LaRue plane comes over and drops him out chucks a pelican out of the plane.
Yeah, this is like a video game inspired, like a PUBG inspired video where like someone on a little Cessna drops out a pack, and he grabs the pack and quickly assembles a rifle and takes out a drone with the rifle. Like, this
classic,
is definitely fulfilling the desires or the requirement for aerial drop drone shooting precision rifle. Good stuff.
It's an amazing video. Yeah, I think that was one of the original marketing pieces for the PredatOBR, where
the thing is, like,
it has the interchangeable rail and barrel.
nobody remembers these other, like, run-of-the-line marketing videos, but when you start doing weird stuff like that, like, you remember forever. That said, one of the complaints that I've heard Josh and our friend Kevin over at FFA, because I'm on the group chat with them and I see all of these things come through, even though I don't understand some of the modern stuff that they're talking about, is the furniture on the rifle.
These rifles are extremely sexy. I'm a huge fan of this rail system and like I like the look of it. I think it's really cool. But there's a very specific LaRue full collapsible stock that I'm less of a fan of. It's probably more sturdy than a CTR. It's kind of like a B5 stock.
But I will say, though, the B5 furniture, excellent. I mean, you can't go wrong with B5 furniture.
That's usually what I'm shooting on most of my stuff now, so for consistency's sake and whatnot, I wanted to swap it. But
dude, Josh, I mean, easy day with this thing. Easy day with this thing. It's just, I mean...
every time we shoot these like SOCOM guns or these SOCOM trial guns or stuff that's in use by people out there like actually doing stuff with them, the modern stuff, like in the last couple years stuff, it's like, oh yeah.
Look, as far as the rifle itself, obviously, I think one thing that did help the rifle out quite a bit on the accuracy was the addition of Slate Black Industries slate grips. That's the obvious reason. But look, the rifle itself carried everything out. What was the core accuracy on this thing?
I've not shot a lot of groups, and the barrel is still relatively new. The group I printed when I zeroed this was a 5-shot group at 0.55.
That's what you need to know. 0.55 on the first.
So even
trials.
if we scaled that to 10 shots, like I imagine it's an inch or under.
Yeah. So it was. You don't see that all the time with gas-operated semi-autos. Good job. Good job to the LaRue team. This is a phenomenal product. However, it is an unobtainium product. Am I right?
I think it's 5 Gs.
If you could find it.
Yeah, it's very hard to find.
So, anything else, Josh?
Let's talk some more at the debrief.
See you guys there.
Oh, hello there. You must have caught me freshening up the 9-hole Reviews Mark 12. Now, did you know the 9-hole Reviews is largely supported by Slate Black Industries and the patrons of Patreon? That's true. All those 77 OTMs, all those heartbreaks and range fees that we experience. Behind us, we have the patrons of Patreon, who support us not only financially and intellectually, but emotionally. So today I'd like to invite you to become one of us. Join us on Patreon and become a patron of Patreon. And if not, completely understand. We'd be just as happy to hear from you in the comments section down below. But for now, onwards we go.
Welcome into the debrief, and Henry, what a banger of a run. I mean, the rifle lived up to the hype as far as I'm concerned, right? This is a very hyped rifle. A lot of people have very good things to say about it, and it carries the tag of the MRGG-S or sniper trials and bid and contract and all the rest of it. And it's hot stuff right now. What did you think running with this beast?
I thought it was fascinating that the USPSA Grandmaster / 3-gun competitor had set the gas setting just a blade over reliability and bit the... That never happens in matches, does it? Match competitors.
Stop it. You stop that. Okay, look, let me just really quickly, we'll just get this out of the way here. This was the first time that we shot the rifle, like this run. We got the rifle, brought it out. This was the first time. And I adjusted the gas setting based on how I would adjust like any real AR. Turn the gas off, 1 round in the gun or in the mag. open the gas to where we thought it was going to function, and we would see if the carrier would lock all the way open or not. And if it would lock, you sort of, it comes halfway back. Oh, yeah, it's almost all the way back. Okay, it's locked open on that empty mag based upon our gas settings. Call it good and send it. What we saw was that when we loaded the mag all the way up, it, I'm assuming, added enough friction on the carrier as it was cycling that it was just not quite having enough gas when the mag was on the fully loaded side. The other thing, and maybe it's not my fault, Henry, maybe it's not, okay? It probably is. But maybe it's not. What we found out later also is that this ammunition that we were running here, this lot, for whatever reason, had huge SD. We're talking like 100 feet per second deviation from round to round, which is impressive that we actually shot the course and like cleaned it pretty darn well. But also, I'm hypothesizing here, perhaps I happened to check the gas with a hotter load and then set it based on that, and then some of the rounds that maybe were a little on the underside were the ones that possibly had a malfunction there. I don't know. I'm probably just coping, okay? But
don't worry about it.
User serviceable. We just grabbed a wrench, twisted the thing open a little bit, and we were in business. And we have since shot this hundreds and hundreds of rounds. After that, zero issues. Find me a giant piece of wood to knock on, because you know what happens anytime we ever say that on this show.
The curse. Yeah, I mean, clearly if you don't set the gassing correctly and you don't get enough rounds downrange using the correct ammunition, you're going to run into issues. That said, getting that out of the way, rifle performed exceptionally well, except I didn't get to do the infamous drop out of a plane, assemble in the field, and quickly take out a drone test. What's up with that?
On the next episode of 9-Hole Reviews.
Yeah, so that was the pedigree that the MRGG comes from, is the famous or infamous PredatOBR, right?
Yeah, the OBR and PredatOBR. Yeah.
Yes, the rifle that previously was famously also used by some special boys in the field during the GWAT times. A name that evidently people are forgetting about nowadays. That much pain to me. But LaRue had always been synonymous with precision semi-autos because of these rifles. LaRue's name has been around with AR-15 and AR-10 systems, and then the famous billboard, "Can you hit 1,000 yards?" With these rifles. And so to say the LaRue's name, nowadays people think of triggers and stuff like that. But for our era, it's always been performance ARs, and performance ARs with military contracts, which this is reflecting that latest generation of that pedigree.
So one of the pieces that I find particularly interesting about this rifle is the rail interface, right? So this is their system where it's the quick detach actual rail setup. So the whole rail can be detached with these two levers on the sides of the rail itself, and it comes straight off the gun. What this allows for is quick access to be able to switch out the barrel, but also it eliminates the connection between the handguard and the barrel nut. So you eliminate the things like point of impact shifts that can still happen on a free float barrel if you have a bipod and you're loading into the bipod, or you're shooting off of tripods, and based upon where you're zeroed and how you're zeroed. And those are things that we have been able to proof out on range now at this point. And it's not just like some nonsense, it's a real thing. And so, eliminating that's obviously valuable.
Famously,
beyond that, the rest of the system, it connects right into the receiver itself, like locks into the upper.
Yeah, famously, if you look at another quick detach barrel system that does have some of these issues, the H&K G28, the reason why the bipod is mounted so much closer than the furthest point on the G28 is to eliminate some of the barrel torque into the barrel nut that's on the G28 system. So it is technically, that is a quick detach handguard. It's not a quick detach barrel, but it doesn't have these perks, and therefore the H&K and the Bundeswehr had mounted the bipod farther back to eliminate some of these issues. If people were saying it doesn't exist, it absolutely does.
Yeah. So really quick, Henry, one of the things that I want to talk about here and draw attention to is the level of precision that this rifle is putting out. Because I think a lot of people think of, precision AR10s, and they're thinking super, super tight, rat hole groups and bolt gun accuracy, and it's just
3-round groups, sub MOA. That's all you need.
We don't see that to be true across the vast majority of different AR10 systems, that all of them are going to be these super tight rat hole shooting precision rifles.
Are there some that are? Yes. Does it achieve the same reliability? That's a big question.
Debatably, right?
Debatable.
Potentially not, right?
So when it comes to a military employment, you have to balance that reliability with that precision. It's always a balancing game when it comes to the large frames. And I think that's always going to be the difficulty. Most people focus on one or the other. It's not balancing the two. This rifle seems to be able to balance the two, despite the gassing things that the 3-gunner did to it.
So in this particular case, this one does, to Henry's point, this falls, if you haven't seen the How Accurate episode, we sort of documented it there, but this falls into this rifle is actually 1 MOA capable on extended strings, 10 rounds, all inside of an inch, with the right ammunition. I think we shot a variety of different loads, weights, whatever, and were all of them like that? No, but we were able to definitely achieve it. And I have shot groups that are well sub-inch as well. Again, we talk about this within the context of meaningful statistical data, and this rifle is one of those that actually falls into that bucket of being repeatably accurate. And when you look at all of the feature sets combined on it, you can see where the price tag starts to come from. Because, of course, that is one of the main criticisms of these like MRGG, contract submission rifles. All of them are super expensive, right?
So the MRGG, clearly this is a rifle designed for Mr. Guns and Gear, Mike over there, right? What is MRGG?
But basically, there were 2 trials or 2 submissions or RFPs, basically, for the MRGG-S, which is mid-range gas gun sniper variant, and mid-range gas gun assaulter variant, or A. And so all of the 20-inch submissions, the real precision-oriented guns, were part of the S submission. And that's what this is. And sort of, I think what most people, when they say MRGG, that's what they're referring to, because that's the one that's been like awarded and production's being done of them, and they're starting to field, as far as we know on all of this stuff. And basically what we had here was a 20-inch 6.5 that had certain performance metrics for accuracy, and if I'm not mistaken, was going to replace or at least fill a similar role to what the Seekins SP10M had been doing for sort of a stopgap period of time. And so you had all the big players who participated in this. Like, obviously, Geisley won this contract. There's the LaRue was one of the primary submissions. You have LMT, FN, SIG, Knights. There's all these large. I think even Arrow had a submission to this, which who knows what's going on with those guys at the moment. But so all of these big players had their hat in the ring for this thing. And again, this is I think it's the switch to 6.5, I think, is one of the most interesting pieces of this. And again, I think sort of demoed with the SP10M, which was I think it was in 260, if I'm not mistaken, the original military contract ones for that. And so you have this move going away from the 308 to the higher performance 6mm, 6.5mm cartridges to basically extend the distance, extend the capability, improve the ability to buck wind and defeat wind, so on and so forth, that you get out of these guns.
It's kind of like the sniper program going from the M24 to the M110 getting that semi-auto capability, and then you kind of want to build on that quite a bit. The interesting thing that I see here, and this is just me looking at the title and deriving from this, is the military adopting something gas gun. You know what this has written all over it? PRS. Has PRS written all over this thing. And so I actually, if that's true, which I think it is, it kind of gives me a little bit of a warm and fuzzy, because I love it when the military looks at what the sporting guys are doing and tries to figure out, all right, they're clearly doing something right here. Let's bring this into the military. That's
so what
I'm
you're saying
here.
is that me setting the gas incorrectly was actually just part of military development cycle.
See, in the procurement cycle, or in the development cycle, that would have set a precedence for someone to put something like a 2-position gas setting, so the idiots in the field wouldn't be able to make that mistake. Anyways, but no, that you bring that, for us to bring that forward. Like, look at what happened with some of the other systems that were pulled forward, with especially free float systems, like going from the Block 2 to the URGI and so on and so forth. Those free float systems were developed by the sporting world, all of them. You could argue whether it was the Camp Perry style sporting world, because they were the first ones to use free floats, or if it were the action shooting world.
Yeah, the 3-gun IPSC rifle shooting stuff.
That's not military developed. Free float was civilian developed, and for them to bring that in is really interesting. So for me to look at this title, MRGG, gas gun, nobody in the military with chevrons who's been in for a long time without any sporting experience would ever use the word gas gun. So what that tells me is that there's a linkage to the sporting world. And I like that, because it brings a lot of brains to it. And then this is the process of them ruggedizing this for employment. Now, if I'm wrong, I may be. This is just me looking at a title and thinking. Tell me in the comments section. I would love to learn more about it.
I feel like that was a good encapsulation of our experience behind this rifle. Obviously, like, I sort of went on a crazy quest over the last 12 months to try to get as many of these large frame ARs in and test them against each other. And we still have a long way to go. There's still quite a few of them that I have not had a chance to, and we haven't had a chance to get and or shoot. And I'm eager to continue to do it. One of the things that, stands out to me straight away in this particular instance is obviously like things like barrel life and whatnot come to mind. And that's one of the pieces that I would be interested to see. And I believe that the MRGG that Geisley has a chrome line barrel in it. Could be wrong. Don't know for sure. But that's what I have heard. And so I'd be interested to see if it can hold accuracy like this rifle can with the traditional stainless barrel. Like, that's something that, as a comparative, I'm interested in looking at in the future, if we can ever find one of the other MRGGs.
Josh, always bring in the friendly competitors into the conversation.
I mean, come on, man. It's real. It is a thing. All right, let's wrap this thing up. If you guys stuck around for this episode, we certainly appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed us getting a chance to shoot this rifle. And if you enjoyed this type of content, the MRGG stuff, the large frame stuff, the military submission stuff, certainly let us know in the comments below. Hop over and join us over in the Patreon and private Discord. And until next time, we'll see you on the range.
This is Steel 96, 4 Vic, 8 packs, Redcon 1, green to green. How copy, over?
Steel 96, this is 716, Roger, over. 1 Steel 91, 1 pack, green, green, over. This is 716, Roger, over.
1 6, Steel 92, 1 Victor, 2 packs, Redcon 1.